topic that most of you have been asking me about, and like you wanted to understand exactly what DDA is all about. So, what I can just say is that DDA has a transformative agenda. Um, we believe that with the right kind of strategies, the right kind of resources and mindset, we will use of data and technology in the agricultural industry. We're talking about all the actors or all the stakeholders in the agricultural value chain, from farmers to professionals like vets to people who deal with logistics and all that. So, what we are trying to talk about here is that we want to help farmers understand the importance, and not just understand, and also teach them how to do proper record keeping. We also want to create farming management systems for different value chains. You know, we're talking about tomatoes, talking about poultry, and all that. We want a way in which the specific farmers of these value chains will have a central repository where they can be able to store the data, retrieve them when they want them, and use them to do other kind of things. You know, understand the expenses, understand their profit, understand the amount of stock that they have, understand all those kind of things. So that is exactly what we want to bring into the agriculture industry. We also want to initiate use of online platforms where farmers and buyers alike will meet in a virtual market and do their transactions. We also encourage use of social media platforms because I believe that these are the platforms that have lots of farmers and consumers and retailers and any other kind of stakeholder in the agricultural value chain. All of them are in these social media. Most of them, I can say, like almost 95% of them are in these social media platforms. First, we register a farmer and we register their produce. We register their product. That is, if you're a goat farmer, we register your goats. Okay, of course, we register you, then we register your goats. If you're a spinach farmer, we do the same. So, if you're any kind of farmer, whether small or large scale, contact us for registration. So, after we register the farmer and the produce, we want to assess: is it are you just starting to plant, or do you want to harvest? If you want to plant, we will initiate crop monitoring process. We want to monitor your crop. If it is onions, we know that onions take 3 months, and within those 3 months, there are different things that you ought to do for you to get bumper harvest. So we will be reminding you, we will be sending you texts, we will be calling you and telling you that this is what you want to do. We are creating a database of professionals in the agricultural value chain. So if you're a vet, if you're an animal scientist, if you're an agronomist, if you're just a farmer and you want to disseminate the knowledge that you have, knowledge transfer, whatever you know in that industry. If you're an input supplier, if you have an agrovet and you want your agrovet to go online, we will be more than happy to have you in our database. Reason being that we will be connecting these professionals to farmers who have different kinds of produce or product. If your produce is now ready, we will now look for buyers, ranging from B2C to B2B. When you're talking about B2C, you're talking about the end consumers, talking about delivering fresh farm produce from the farm to the end consumer. This is a very sensitive part in this whole agriculture value chain. It's the logistics. We will try our best to make sure that we deliver these supplies in the most safe channel and manner possible. We understand that in the current era, people are so concerned about the safety of the food that they eat. So we're also trying to find a way they know exactly where this produce came from, and also they probably the kind of pesticides or chemicals that were used, or whether the products are organic.